being offended. Does that matter? Does it mean anything? I'd like to find out. Just a quick thought that came to my head because, again, as I was taking care of other things and uploading this video, listening to Alan Watts, he speaks of man, I'm gonna go all over the road with what I take in, but he speaks about life, interpretation of life, being just a well-rounded philosopher's point of view. And by me just looking at other YouTube channels, keeping up with the news, and not even just keeping up with the news, but seeing the way that it's presented, that at times it's filtered in a way that it doesn't deliver its full story, or it avoids part of a background story for the sake of offending others. Example would be some of the school shootings where mentally ill white boy, generally speaking, creates acts of violence. And when you see certain other ethnicities commit murder, it's presented in a different sort of way, where a school shooting ponders, what causes you to do that, versus another race or another ethnicity or culture or group of people where they do a similar act, maybe not as high in numbers as far as the body count, but still destructive. No mention of where was the father, what inspired this idiot to do that. And I think when we don't use the same brush, you know what, I wouldn't use the same brush, but if we don't use the same microscope, the same sort of investigation, the same sort of open discussion for our problems or tragedies, the problems will only grow. And when we do that, we don't, the problems will not solve themselves unless by by luck or something more extremely rare, which is a miracle. And I bring this up because as I draw artwork, people ask, why do you draw that? It's so dark. Or where do you get your inspiration from? Something's wrong with you. And this, I think this is a result of, see right now, a result of coffee, because that's what I just drank a lot of. So I drank 2.5 cups right now of it. But look, it's reading my travels, seeing news stories, but not just seeing a news story, but seeing news story from different sources. And seeing the flaw in man. And man, I mean us. You and I. Because one could say, that's a crazy psychopath. That's his problem. I'm here living all happily, minding my own business. But there have been places where I lived at where the community has been kept tight, high by, you want something from the market that I'm going to. And then there are other places where it's not a sense of community, but a sense of tribalism, where person is not part of this family clan, so he and she could fend for themselves. And I've lost my point completely right now. What does it mean to be offended? Does it even matter? I don't think it does. Got a new client. It's gonna pick up a lot of my stuff, but no need to mention who they are. But and they may see this video. But it's funny that some of my stuff will be censored, or not censored, but only a limited, not my complete collection will be available. But it's still a sale, even though I know that they didn't directly tell me that, but I could tell by their hints. And I think it's silly because think there's a difference between saying, you know what, we shouldn't sport the Nazi flag here in our public school. And then there's a difference between kill Whitey. And you could review my videos by saying that I'm not rooting for either side of those, but when we start banning people's right to protest, freedom of expression, I think we give rise to this Disney version of reality, that there's no problems, there's no racists, there's no murderers, there's no hate, and yeah, I think that's just a bad idea. Bad idea. Bad idea. And with Alan Watts just speaking about being an overall philosopher, just hitting all sorts of areas of the mind and thought. When he started discussing about atoms, you know, slicing things smaller and smaller, that you and I, you know, billions of years ago, we were simply stardust or an explosion or something else. And today we're saying, oh my goodness, you can't, how could you be criticizing fat people, criticizing suicide bombers, how could you criticize religion? And I think, you know, is this really our final form of evolution? Did we really survive plagues, ice ages, whatever, Siberian tigers, wildlife, so there could be like, oh my God, that painting, that idea, that speech, stop it. You're breaking my fragile little mind. So and again, I think it's also part of California. And also think that it's important to discuss these things, because I could give you this whole cheesy ass, alright guys, just freedom of expression, draw what Los Angeles is to you here in this art contest. And as an artist, you may be like, oh, big booty bitches, graffiti, or fucking fat ass bus drivers, angry rush hour drivers. Now, if you go through my perspective of being through colorful neighborhoods, hanging out and doing, either hang out in them or hang out in them, go visit a friend, visit a shop that I know, business that I know, you'll see that there's more to existence beyond what's on YouTube or Facebook, or what the general TV shows you. And it's a think it's a culture that needs to be addressed. And we can go all over the road with, what is the welfare state? What do these gun laws work? Single parents, the ideas that one night stands are cool. How were our great grandparents' family structure versus our grandparents' structure versus our current structure versus structure in other modern countries that modern Western countries. There's there's a Grim Reaper that I drew, and I call her the Mexican lady. And the reason I say that is because she has an AK protecting some keys of cocaine. And one simply needs to visit a YouTube channel called Grillonautas. I believe it's spelled GRILLONAUTOS. And these group of reporters, they're reporting the stuff that you don't see regularly on the news. Well, they report some of it on the news, but these guys pretty much picks up all the hairy stuff. And visit their channel and you'll see. It's YouTube safe, but what's it going with this? Offended. Yeah, but that chick, the Mexican Reaper that I drew, it just shows not that Mexico has a drug problem, America has a drug problem, because this is where it gets consumed. But there's an after effect to the distribution. Literally fight to the death for sales. And yeah, it's there. And I've lost my point again. Being politically correct. This offends me, that offends me. And I've got to let it out because I'm also thinking about putting my artwork under another name because if I'm going to keep doing business with these people, I know that I wouldn't want one of the little safe space cucks and be like, oh my god, Have you seen his YouTube channel? Shit he talks about how weird I think something's wrong with him. So we'll see where that goes. And again, I stated before that even if so my own personal views limit some of my sales, I'll just have to stick to international distribution, which I've done before, and it's been very profitable. Just requires more legwork. But and some of you may believe that well, not everything should be spoken about. There are some things that you don't make fun of people's religions or their sexual orientation, their body weight. And Milo Yiannopoulos does a great job on that. He's queer. And he's now all the times, all the comments, all the sexual comments that I left on his page, because he's huge on freedom of speech, huge. Goes against feminists, against racist, reverse racism, the threat of Islam, and his delivery comes with logic, clarity, and I think with a ton of patience. And it's funny that I think a lot of his fans go on there and speak freely because we bottle up all these jokes, all these things we would like to say, all these tricks from race baiting that we can't speak about at the dinner table or at work. Because if not, you're a racialist. Yeah, I like that word, racialist. Ali G, not Ali G, is it? Yeah, Ali G uses it. It's funny. And I've lost my train of thought because I've been posting images of my shirt designs on Milo's page, calling him like, did I tell him last? I think, what's up, you whore? Why don't you buy my shirt? Check out my shirt, or something like that. And yeah, it just sucks to be politically correct. Milo was saying how it's easier to come out as a closet homosexual than it is to come out as an open Republican nowadays. And destroying someone's safe space is, you know, more. How did he word it? More shocking than, you know, being a veg packer is more shocking than voting for Trump. And to me, it's like it's a preference. I'm thinking of Trey Gowdy. I believe he's Republican. Charged of the Benghazi hearing committee, I believe. And this dude, I remember seeing him shoot down in other hearings, shoot down a race baiting bitch talking about man, what the hell was she talking about specifically? Whether it was Muslims or if it was some sort of Black Lives Matter crime statistic or some shit like that. Trey Gowdy, I think of him because he's like Trump, but much more tactful. Much more tactful. I don't follow any religion, but he did a presentation. He spoke some words at a church. And it was just an excellent delivery. Excellent delivery. Truth, justice. And I think I'm going all over the road because on this YouTube channel I could be pretty much free. Just spit it out. Unfortunately, I found out already that on Facebook it's I've got to limit my artwork, my opinion, as certain Muslims decapitate Christians, or certain Muslims throw homosexuals off buildings, certain Muslims ban women from driving. Certain Muslims become suicide bombers. I need to chill out with my artwork. And how about this? You request assistance with your artwork. Create or draw something that it's not so common. I just request you do that because, man, there's a reality of accidents. People who go through work accidents, victims of drunk drivers, victims of terrorism, victims of just plain bad luck. And I believe we're setting up definitely the next generation up to fail if we just Basically tell them, look, don't worry about looking both ways before crossing the street. Only the paranoid do that. You know how silly and effective and potentially catastrophic would that be? Well, actually, it would be a good thing, because then idiots would cross the street and get out of the gene pool, right? But no, we can give the next generation better tools. Being offended, does that matter? Does that matter? Does that matter? Can you create artwork that's offensive? Can you write a story about a subject that people don't want to talk about? That people are in denial of? Even if it's artwork against my stuff, let's just say it's draw artwork for the Holy Ghost, Jesus Christ, Holy Spirit. I say go for it, and let's have a discussion here as to justify our perspectives, our ideas, our emotions. That's it for now.